welcome to my channel, New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. I was a little bit sad today. I've been filming a video and I just felt very, very sad. But you'll see it when it comes out. You'll see it. It's actually on my other channel. It's the end of the series of where I'm reading my nan's autobiography. Do I have my Word doc up? I normally do, yes. I'll just put my other channel up for you. And as I say, I'm reading the autobiography of my nan's life. Reading the autobiography of that. And I was doing the last episode and it just makes me very sad. Makes me very sad. And after the end of the last episode, I then do another episode where I'm just putting all the photos together of my nan and her mums and my great-grandma. Well, I say nan. I know a lot of you Americans don't know what nan is. Nan is like my grandma, and you often call them in England, you call them nanny. And that's not to be confused with a nanny. Who is like someone who cares for the children. That's completely different. How do we know? How do we know the difference? How do we know? What's that come up with? Oh, right. Okay. I've just realised I put that link up and it's posted it in two parts. Let me repost that link. Hold on a minute. I was like, what's that funny thing just come up there? Right, let me just take that bit out because you can only have so many letters in a link. There, paste. That should be right now. Yes, so let's take that other one down. I don't know if I can manage my own chat. Let's remove that, delete comment there. And let's wait. Let's delete that one there. Right, let's see what I've left you with now. There we go. Okay, so that's linked to the channel where I've done the autobiography of my nan, my grandma's life. And you haven't got to the last episode yet. I think you're on episode 20. And I just wanted to finish narrating the series. So I've narrated them all, but I think the last one you've got is episode 20. Do start from the very first one because I just carry on reading it. So you'll be like, if I just say someone's name, you'll be, who's that then? So if you start from the beginning, if you enjoy reading or hearing about people's lives, it's my nan's, my grandma's true story. Okay, so... so I was very sad about that today. But I did also I've done lots today. I've got my old gardening top on at the moment, so do forgive it. And then I had waffles, Mr. Colin Waffles here, so it's covered in cat hair as well, but it's an old gardening one. So I transplanted some melons that I'd grown. I've grown lots, and then I've got a bed that's just had the overflow of the ones I previously planted. So I put some in an overflow bed, but that wasn't full. So recently I've planted some more melon seeds so that I could fill the bed. It was a lot later than I'd normally start seeds, but they did grow and stay. I've put them in the bed and filled the bed. So that was satisfying. And I said to you, if I write something on my board, I remember it. If I don't write it down, I can't remember things anymore. So sometimes on my live, one of you says something, I'm like, oh, I'll just write it on my board. If I don't, it's gone. So I did write on my board to do the new quote corners. So you get a different one Monday, Wednesday and Friday on the other channel. And I did remember to do those today. So I will be very cross with myself if I don't play my new quote corner for Mondays. So this is it. Stand by. So that is the new Monday one. You might be able to see my tripod here. Well, I'm going to show you something really cool you can do on your live streams in a minute. So I've got my tripod ready. But first, let's do some catch up. What's been happening here? We had to get new taps for our kitchen. So you can imagine water was turned off for some time. Couldn't use the toilet or any water, but luckily we have an outside toilet, and yes, it's a proper toilet, and it was for the people who owned the property before. It was for their gardeners to use, but it's really nice. It's really, well, it's nice now. We've tiled it and it's really lovely. And there's an outside shower that we fixed up as well. I've got videos all about that on this channel if you want to see those. We call that the utility block. So look up anything on the utility block. So luckily we had that to use. But do you think we could get the same tap? It comes out the wall. It's a kitchen tap, and it comes directly out the wall over the sink. So it's not on the sink itself and then the tap overhangs. No, you've got, it's like a U shape, and the two bits go into the wall. They're round. Forgive me, any plumbers out there, if I use my non-technical terms. So you've got two holes in the wall, round, about this distance apart, and they are the hot tap and the cold tap, like turny, or they are now. Let me tell you how it was. So there's two holes there, and you had like a U pipe comes out and across, not a pipe, the actual tap. So it comes out along, and then we had a spouty tap where you moved it one way or the other for hot or cold and lifted it up to start the water, so you could regulate the temperature. We went round to try and find this, and they kept giving us shower ones. So with the double silver metal, what is it? The pipe, not pipe, the actual tap. Silver comes out like that, and they had like a up and over like you get in kitchen ones, but then they had another bit where you put your shower hose. So we kept saying, well, it's not for a shower, it's for a kitchen. And it's like, they don't make those anymore. Don't know where you'll get that from, and so on and so forth. So, and I was getting a bit annoyed because I was only with Mike because we were going to the dump to salvage, see what we could salvage. And that was all I was going out for. We ended up, Mike said, I'll just quickly go in a plumber's and get the tap. So we were driving round and round, and he went to one place and they said, oh, we should have some of those. Oh, I'll ask. And they asked at the desk, and they went, oh yeah, they're coming in later today. We've all heard that, haven't we? Coming later today, probably actually even in the next hour. So Mike said, we'll go round a few more. We didn't want to go all the way like into a big plumber's merchant in the middle of town. That would have taken like a couple of hours. So he said, well, if this one really is coming in, we'll look at a couple more local, and then if not, I'll go back this afternoon. Anyway, so he went to a different one, and he said, we go to the dump now, because we went to 2 or 3 places, and he said, right, let's just go to the dump now, and then we'll go home, we'll have lunch, and then en route to the one where they said they'd have it in maybe an hour, he said, I'll go to another plumber's first, which is nearer, but it was a different direction to the ones we were going to before, near the dump. So he went to this other one, and yep, they got one. But now it's the same U shape of the silver tap comes out the wall, because it's got to come out these 2 holes. We can't mess around with plumbing. It's all tiled with just these 2 holes. So it comes out, and that is the hot and cold tap. And then it's got a big U spout. But these are now the taps. So it's actually better, if you like. And I said to him, you should buy 2. Because if they ever stop making them like this, we'll have to redo all our plumbing. So he got one, and it was €40. Now, taps are expensive things. I thought that was a really cheap price. And talking of cheap prices, look on my community post today. I've done 2 or 3 community posts, so look for it. It's probably 2 or 3 back. And it's a wheelbarrow I saw. And the wheelbarrow it's like plasticky. So it's a gardening wheelbarrow rather than a builder's wheelbarrow. It's plasticky. It's got quite a slope in it, so it's got a really deep bit, but then a shallowy bit. But what I liked about it, why I wanted to post it and show you, was between the handles where you push it, there's a compartment and there's a holder for your water bottle. There's a holder for your phone. There's a clip down the side of the wheelbarrow where, if you're trying to carry a rake and push the wheelbarrow, you normally balance it, don't you, along the top? No, there's a clip on the side where you can clip your rake in and other bits and pieces. And it was only, I think, I've got the price on there so you can see it. I think it's 64 euros. It's for sale in Cyprus from like a gardening company. It's 64 euros or 64 something. I think about that, but that's the sale price, so it won't be that price always. So I've just put on my wish list, because I often do gardening and I have my phone with me to listen to podcasts, and I'm always like just laying it like on the ground, but I made like a little case for it, like fabric. So I put that down and then put the phone on top. So I thought, that would be cool. I haven't got to worry about that anymore. I did used to wear like a bum bag, or I think Americans call it a fanny pouch or something. I did used to wear that and put the phone in that while I was gardening. But when it's hot summer, it gets even hotter when it's in the bag, obviously. So, yeah, have a look at that if you're into gardening, and let me know if you've seen such a beast before. But, yeah, that's on my wish list. Stephen Tina, hello to you, Stephen Tina. Good deal. It is good, because we will look at prices of wheelbarrows, because when we have our workaway volunteers here, sometimes I want to do a job, Mike wants to do a job, and one of those wants to do a job, and we all need wheelbarrows. So we're like, look at prices, and that's so expensive. That's so expensive, wheelbarrow. So obviously, because this is plasticky, that's probably a good deal. But yeah, on my wish list. It never happened. That's the trouble when it's at the sale price. I don't know. It doesn't say on there what its original price is. So I'll miss the sale price because I just not able to do that at the moment. But it's really cool. Have a look at it. As I say, it's on my community post. Let's say hello to Stephen Tina Jewel. Okay, let's do a few of our regular spots on Wednesday, and then I'll show you this cool thing that you can do on your lives while you're doing your lives. What should we start with? Let's do the heads in another place, the craft update. I have done some more. Now, the trouble is the rows are so long to do, and I have to really concentrate doing the rows, counting. Miss 1, do 7, miss 4, do 30, and I have to really concentrate. And it takes me a long time to do a row. So, but I have done actually quite a lot. So you can see I'm going all along here, back and forwards along here. Looks like a cross there, doesn't it? I wonder if that's a clue or not as to what it is. As I said before, I'm trying to go now all the way down with this colour, and then maybe go along the bottom, so just you'll get more perspective of the size of it. Was it Steve who said, was it a waterfall? Someone said the last live, was it a waterfall? I think that was Steve. It's not a waterfall. And as I said, it's something specific. So if it was, I wouldn't accept waterfall, but I would accept Niagara Falls For example, it's very specific as to where or what the thing is. Like a statue, it wouldn't be just any old statue. It would be a specific statue, such as the Statue of Liberty. So I'm looking for a specific answer. That's where I'm going on it today. Steve says yes, Waterfall. It was you. I thought it was. Steve saying, I'm trimming down and chipping our large hedge this week. Super duper. Can you all go and check you're subscribed on Steve's channel, because he's trying to get to 6k and we need to help him get there. He's putting out a lot of content there, and can you just go and check, even if you think you're subscribed there, do go and check. Sometimes I think I'm subscribed with all my channels to someone's channel, and then when I've got time I go and look, I'm like, oh no, they've only got 2 of my channels. So that even harder, says Steve. Even harder. Oh dear, even harder. Yes, I'm being very, very specific. Very specific. Okay, as soon as Steve's here, we will do this. So we're going to have, it's only a short little joke, but because Steve is living in Canada, he will like this joke. An uncle of mine, now dead from cirrhosis of the liver, emigrated to Canada. The first thing he saw on landing there was a sign which said, "Drink Canada Dry." This, during his years, is what he tried to do. And any of you don't know, Canada Dry is a drink, not literally drink Canada Dry. Are we racing to 10k? I don't know if I'll be on YouTube long enough to get to 10k. Laugh out loud. I'm questioning things. As much as I enjoy it, like 1 minute I think maybe I'll just drop lives, but I love doing the lives. And I said to Mike today, shall I not do the lives anymore? And they're like, no, but I like the lives because I feel I'm connecting more with you guys. I don't know. I'm going to go to 7k and then think again. So we're raced to 7k, Steve. We're raced to 7k. Oh dear. Yes, we're raced to 7k, but I don't know. I'm trying to sort of rejig my life a little bit. I don't know. It's one thing to say do less, but then I like a routine. I work well with a routine. So I don't know. 7k you're on. It's a deal. Best out of 3. Oh, right. Oh, that's got to be. Did we do 5? It's 6, 7 and 8. I don't know if I'm going to go to 8. I'm going to go to 7 and see where I am in my mind by then. Also with my brain damage, I feel I'm getting worse in the, I don't know if any of you noticed, but to try and think what I'm saying. And that was a reason I was doing YouTube in the first place, just making videos. I thought it would help me speak and not stumble on my words, like keep talking more and whatever. I did right at the beginning have a lot of, not that it bothers me, but I did have a lot of nasty comments about how I speak and don't you know what you're saying, love, and all this kind of, it didn't bother me. But, and that's why, particularly on Mondays, I read a lot out. I read like the Bird Book and things like that, because it helps to read out loud. I'm not going to sit at home just reading out loud. So I thought if I made content out of reading, then it would help me as well. So it's kind of therapy as well, which is one reason I don't know if I should stop or not, but then I worry I'll get worse and it won't make good content. So I don't know. Watching, not on chat. Missy Cooking on a Budget. Hello to you. We've been backwards and forwards on each other's channels. Let's do a hello just for you. Guys, do go and check out the channel. It's great to know you're there, Missy, so thank you for that. Steve says, in the beginning, we were welcoming trolls. They don't bother me because I always say, if you get them, if they're nasty ones, not like just your silly ones, but if they're nasty ones, don't talk about them. Sometimes I used to see on other people's channels, they talk about them, go, oh, there's a troll there, da, da, da. Well, that's what they are. They're attention seekers. So say nothing, hit report and hit delete. That's it. Some people just keep deleting them in other people's chat. You've got to report. Then they can't keep putting more and more up there. That's the mistake a lot of people make. So, yes. Why have I only got a tiny bit of screen now? I don't want you. Thank you. It's the trouble. StreamYard's doing loads of new things and you keep getting not pop-ups, but they've taken away a lot of the screen now. Oh dear. And I'm still not sure about that. I must go and ask them. It says something about they're now going to start deleting your lives a year, like after a year. So I don't know if that means mine or if they talk about certain types. I don't know. So if you suddenly see lots of my lives disappear, old ones, don't panic. So I need to go and ask them to confirm what they're talking about. I do like StreamYard. They're very helpful. They'll always answer you. And yeah, they're pushing a little bit to say you've got to pay for this, that and the other. But why this bit's free, that's fine. I think it does mean they're going to get rid of them unless you pay. Well, I feel you're not going to go back and watch my lives a year after they've been posted. I don't know how that will affect the channel, though, because if you take a video down, even if you put it back up again or edit it, you lose those views. So I don't know how that would work. That could be another reason to think about dropping lives, but I do like doing them. Okie dokie. I will get onto this tripod thing in a minute, but as it's Wednesday, on a Wednesday, we always do this. Okay, let's do a double question here, double puzzle. The first part of the puzzle, or it's a question, what mouse has two legs? What mouse has two legs? And when you've answered that, then I'll give you the second part. What mouse has two legs? Doobie-doo. All of them. No, Steve. Mice have four legs. Mice have four legs, Steve. What mouse has two legs? What mouse has two legs? You're so funny, Steve. You get the hard questions. What mouse has two legs? Oh, you thought it was a trick question there. Oh dear, I better tick this one off that we've done this one today. What mouse has two legs? Okay, while we're doing that, let me do this. Okay, you probably know this or you may not know this. When you do a live, I've been doing this for quite a long time now, on and off. When you do a live, get your phone, go on to Google. This is when you're doing your own live. And I'm going to type in the code. Excuse me, because I can't talk and type. Well, where are you then? Interesting. I can't find the dot. Oh, there it is. I think I need new glasses. I'll tell you what the code is in a minute. Bear with. Right, I'll see. No. IR9C. D. Right, so you're going to type in the code and hopefully spell it right. If it doesn't work, you've misspelled. Okay. Right, you're going to type in the code. Now, it changes every time. The code that is your StreamYard or your whatever you're broadcasting on, you get a code for that broadcast. So as I say, it changes every time. And this is the same code. If you guys wanted to come up today, I paste this code to you. So this is today's only. And then you click on it and you can come up live. And then you type that in. Oh, they always do it in Greek. This is the trouble. Half my phone's in Greek and half's in English. Okay, so if you're the host, you type in your own code onto your phone. So it's like I'm inviting a guest to come up. And then I click on this video. So this is what you get if you type in you want to come up and you click on that. You will get that to sign in to StreamYard. You check the mic's working, but I've turned it off. Now, the thing is, I've turned it off on the phone because you get the double speak otherwise. Right. And then you can use your phone as the second person, like a guest, and film what you're doing somewhere else. So I've used it for when I do like a puzzle. Then I can show myself. If you look at a few of my videos from Tranquility through Life's Natural Beauty, you can then see how I feel myself and doing the puzzle at the same time. So that's a little tip for you. Use your camera on your lives as a second camera. A weaving thing. What's a weaving thing? Oh, is it a tool of some sort? No, it is not. So if you look, this is what I've been doing the last few weeks. There. Now, Okay, let me see now.
No, remove it. It's just made me turn the mic on. It only allowed me just then if I turn the mic on, so I just want to turn the mic off.
Mouse. Oh, no, mouse, as in a proper animal mouse. What mouse has 2 legs? It's a proper mouse.
Proper mouse. Proper mouse.
Okay. So you can then put your phone in your tripod. Oh, I've just taken it off there. Turn around. It's turned itself around now. That's so annoying. Come on, turn around. That's so annoying. This is why it takes me ages to set up. There we go. It's gone back to the beginning now. My phone's very temperamental. You only slightly touch it and it messes up. But yeah, if you can see now why when I do my lives, I come on dead early. Come on dead early. Oh, I know, we're going to mute it on this bit. There. And this is the other thing I say to you. They put up so many things. I've got to keep scrolling to get where I want to go. There we go. There. Where are we? Hey, Stitching It Up's here. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. Special hello to Stitching It Up. Oh, that's funny. That one's gone, but this one is now connected. There we go. So finally done it. So you can use your camera. Oh, I forget, it's got to be the other way around, isn't it? There we go. So you can use your camera as a secondary. So now I could show you what I'm doing here. So those of you who don't know, that's what you can do to have a second camera. So those of you, I think some craft people already use this method. You can do something here and still have yourself at the same time. I just don't like the second feedback. I've got no microphone on there. But because it's broadcasting, I've got no volume on my phone and no volume on the screen. You can see I've muted, but there's still that secondary delay. Okay, let me see. Where are we? So our question today is, what mouse has 2 legs? I'm going to turn this off now because it's annoying me, the delay.